And this is look. I said before, the big, talented man will always beat the small, talented fighter.
One of the most eagerly awaited matchups in boxing is the potential showdown between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. Both world champions have expressed a strong desire to face each other in a fight that could define their legacy. Crawford, in particular, has shown a relentless determination to move up in weight and challenge Canelo on his own terms.
I'll be going for Bud. You know, if he fight Canelo, I'll be going for him. I mean, I don't know if he gonna win or lose, but
although Canelo Alvarez had previously shown little interest in the idea, claiming that a victory over Terence Crawford wouldn't earn him the recognition he deserves, he has recently become more receptive to serious offers. With both fighters seeking high-profile opponents and no major bouts lined up, the likelihood of this fight taking place in 2025 has grown considerably. Even Oscar De La Hoya, despite his complicated history with Canelo, has weighed in with his thoughts on a potential clash between the Mexican icon and Crawford.
Terence Crawford says he wants to fight Canelo. He's changed his tune. He said he's willing to move up 3 weight divisions. To me, that's kind of crazy, but that just shows you, like, man, the dog that's in Terence Crawford. If Canelo...
De La Hoya maintains that his views on any potential Canelo fight are impartial. He's also voiced a bold opinion on how a hypothetical matchup between Canelo and Crawford would play out. The former world champion believes Canelo's superior size and power would give him a clear advantage over Crawford at 154 pounds. De La Hoya pointed out that Crawford didn't appear particularly threatening in the ring against a fighter of Canelo's stature, suggesting that if Canelo, being the bigger and more powerful fighter, entered the ring, it would almost feel like a one-sided contest. He emphasized, "When has a smaller skilled fighter ever defeated a stronger skilled fighter? It's almost unheard of in boxing history." De La Hoya further explained to Fight Hub TV that while Crawford is known for his technical skill and punching power, he would face a significant physical challenge in facing someone like Canelo.
Terence Crawford will beat Canelo anytime. Anytime. Because
while some experts believe Terence Crawford has the skills to challenge Canelo Alvarez, the size and power difference could ultimately be a deciding factor. For now, the future of this potential fight remains up in the air. Both fighters have ongoing commitments, and any agreement would depend on various factors, including contract negotiations and strategic decisions from both teams. There aren't many fighters who have faced both Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez in the ring. The only one to have done so professionally is Amir Khan, who suffered stoppage defeats to both. Khan has already shared his thoughts on how a potential matchup between Crawford and Canelo might unfold.
What do I think of that fight?
Yeah.
I think that, everybody knows that Crawford got the skills. I do think that Canelo's a little big for Crawford. It'll be a tall.
There are a few others who have sparred with both Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, and one of them has now shared his opinion on how a potential clash between the two could play out. That individual is middleweight contender Kron Davis, who has also faced Canelo's rival, David Benavidez, in November 2021, and sparred with both Crawford and Canelo. Davis told Mill City Boxing that he believes it would be extremely challenging for Crawford, and that he backs Alvarez to win the fight. Canelo is a big guy, and it's going to be a lot for Crawford. He can take a punch, so you're not going to hurt him easily. I don't think Crawford can hurt Canelo with one punch. Maybe he could cause a cut or bother him to the body, but that's about it.
You have to, it'll be a lot to get that victory based on, size alone. Not that size wins fights, but you got a guy that got size and skill. It'll be.
Davis added that Crawford would need to land some solid shots to the body to have any chance, but it's going to be a tall order. Canelo is a shrewd fighter. He's got moves and traps, and it's not easy to handle him in the ring. Nothing is impossible in boxing, but if I had to place a bet, I'd put my money on Canelo. I'm not discrediting Crawford, But Canelo is on another level. Could Canelo stop him? He's the bigger fighter, and I think one punch could do it. David Benavidez has also shared his thoughts on a potential Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford matchup, adding further insight into how the fight could unfold.
Throwing his hat in to want to fight Canelo at 168.
I mean, everybody wants to fight Canelo. It's the money fight. You know what I mean? I think even Inoue would come up to fight Canelo. Canelo wanted to fight him. I mean, I don't want to see Crawford to fight Canelo beyond.
Bud Crawford moved up to the 154-pound division for his last fight, securing a victory over Israel Madrio by decision. As a result, he now holds the WBO interim super welterweight title.
But it will be. I'm not saying it wouldn't be a great fight. It'd be a great fight, but I feel like if I deserve my opportunity, and after this fight, what else are you gonna say?
Crawford's impressive professional record stands at 40-0. On the other hand, Canelo Alvarez is widely regarded as one of the greatest fighters of the modern era. In his most recent bout, he defeated Edgar Berlanga at super middleweight. The Mexican icon has a professional record of 62-2. Benavidez praised Crawford's technique, but expressed doubts about whether his power would carry over to the higher weight classes. To challenge Canelo, Crawford would need to move up 2 additional weight divisions.
And this is a tough fight. You know, the top WBC, the top people ranked at the WBC are fighting each other. So I mean, it should be an easy call. If I can't get those fights, then I'll go up to fight Bivol, or I'll go try to, I set my conquest on 175.
In a recent interview, Benavidez shared his thoughts on Crawford, saying, "To be honest with you, Crawford is one of the best technical fighters I've ever seen. When he moved up to 154, I'm not saying he had issues, but he didn't seem to have the same power he did at 147. And to face Canelo, he'd still have to move up 2 or 3 more weight classes. Crawford is a one-of-a-kind fighter, but weight classes must be respected. I'd give Canelo the edge." Benavidez, who has spent most of his career at 147 pounds, would need to make a significant jump in weight to challenge Canelo at super middleweight. Despite this, Benavidez has long been considered a fighter capable of troubling Canelo in the ring. However, a dream matchup between the 2 Mexican fighters has yet to come to fruition.
Just too much overall. Like, is that kind of the same thing with the Crawford and Canelo because of the weight classes, the weight between them?
Yeah, I believe so.
The quick-handed Benavidez is scheduled to face David Morrell in his next fight on February 1st. Meanwhile, the prospect of a showdown between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford has captured the imagination of boxing fans across the globe. Following his dominant victory over Errol Spence Jr., Crawford has made it clear that he wants to challenge the Mexican super middleweight champion. Widely considered the best pound-for-pound boxer in the world, Crawford would face a huge challenge in moving up 2 weight classes to take on Canelo. However, the path to this monumental fight will be anything but simple. Demetrius Andrade, the former super middleweight world champion, is also involved in discussions surrounding this eagerly awaited matchup.
Love Crawford. He's a good friend. We reach out to each other. We've traveled the world through the amateur program. He see me beat people up. I see him beat people up. He see me get beat up. I got beat up. We both.
I love Crawford. He's a good friend. We've been in touch over the years, traveling the world through the amateur program. He saw me defeat opponents, and I saw him do the same. We've got a lot of stories, but when it comes to weight and power, that's real, Andrade said during an interview with Fight Hub TV. Andrade, who was once linked to a potential fight with Canelo, praised Terence Crawford's immense talent and skill. However, he believes Canelo has a significant edge due to his size and experience in higher weight classes.